very much, Father. I'm Tazy Schaefer. I went to school in France for part of my high school. And both in the U.S. and in France, a great deal was made of Gallicanism, how the kings infuriated a succession of popes by presuming to name bishops, which would suggest that the role of the rulers, of the secular rulers in naming bishops, was probably a little bit earlier and a bit more contested than your sort of diagram of your talk would suggest. But what I'm really interested in is...
Well, let's deal with that.
Okay.
Good question. Yes, indeed. There were a lot of problems. And when you read any church history, it's the problems that get the attention, get the space in the books. In fact, for the most part, this worked reasonably well, and the Holy See agreed with the nominations of bishops. We need to kind of rethink what we're talking about. In Gallicanism, that's got a really bad name. But you have to see when you look at the whole context, what it's really trying to say was the local church has a role that should not be usurped by the Holy See. But there's a balance there between the two.
Well, we've done your second part, part two of her.
Thank you. But how do you get beyond the laity that are kings, queens, princes, etc., and those of us who are more banana-eating public, arguably educated, a lot of theologians, but people with a very strong interest both in how the church governs itself and in abuses that have taken place?
That's the problem. So, as with Vatican I, the problem is, okay, which laity, how chosen, how to avoid being chosen by a interested group that is a self-interested group and was powerful, maybe wealthy, and so forth. So that's the problem. Well, now I think Kevin suggested that a member of this diocesan synod is going to be a representative of the church, of your church council is going to go. So this is the issue to be worked out. It was simpler in the olden times because who were the laity, who were the clergy, they were the upper, they were the higher class of society, and so they were the rulers. But today it's very much more complicated. That's been a problem since the French Revolution. So study your French Revolution.
Hi, John. I'm Peter Albert. Following up on that question, it seems to me that there's simultaneously with the top-down reintroduction of the laity and the synods, there's a sort of a bottom-up. It's a blunt tool, but it seems to me that there's a withholding of contributions to the local church and a creation of a financial stringency at the parish level and the diocesan level, where the laity is insistent on some sort of voice, and for lack of another voice, they're voting with their pocketbooks.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's not true of every parish around the world, I can tell you that. But you're absolutely right. So the Catholic Church is a huge, complex organization. A lot of things going on at the same time. That's certainly one. So this role of the laity, the role that you people have here in Holy Trinity, I mean, that's an extremely important, vibrant part of the local laity in the church. So, am I agreeing with you, or am I going beyond you, or what?
Nope, fine.
Okay, good. It's always good to know he's a former student.
There are certain lay people in the United States. it seems like they're all out in California. They have a thing called the Napa Institute. They hate Francis. They like to see him get the hell out of there, you know. And also, there are a couple of cardinals in Rome, one out of St. Louis, okay? I think they want to get rid of him also. My question is, how powerful are those people? And in your opinion, is Francis dealing with them correctly?
Well, I mean, I talk to Pope Francis just about every day, you know. Even so, I'm a little confused about how he handles them. He's kind of caught between a rock and a hard place because if he, with Cardinal Burke, if he removes Cardinal Burke, I mean, that's just creates more problems. So I think he just has to kind of grit his teeth and take it. I mean, how people can be against a pope and be Catholic is beyond me. I can see how, I mean, I was not a great fan of Pope John Paul II or a great fan of Pope Benedict, but I certainly was not anti them. I certainly respected them and followed their teaching as best I could on whatever the field was. So, but to be like people who are against Vatican II, you're against an ecumenical council. Not only an ecumenical council, it's the biggest council in the history of the church, ratified by 2 saints. I mean, come on. Anyway, back to the present situation. It's really difficult. One straw I grasp at is the nomination of cardinals by Pope Francis that will, I'd like to think, ensure a succession that is along his line. And again, it takes a long view, and it's a big church, and the American church is Pope Francis's big problem. It's not a world, I mean, anti-Francis is here and there. It's certainly in Italy, backed by a lot by American money, but it's rampant in the United States. The French college in Rome too. For other places, there are pockets of it, but it's not a church-wide issue.
This works too. So,
Robert Joseph, to what extent did the Vatican II introduce the idea of the archdiocesan pastoral councils and parish pastoral councils? Does that come out of Vatican II, or does that come out of some later pronouncement?
Well, Vatican II sort of reintroduced the idea. I mean, once it was able to ratify the idea of episcopal collegiality, that is to say, the collegial relationship between the bishops and the Pope, papacy, then we went down to other levels and sort of talked about this being a phenomenon down the line. But after the council, Pope John Paul II and Pope Benedict were not enthusiastic about that at all, and really sort of just didn't promote it. But Pope Francis is picking it up again. Is that?
Yeah, I would just say that
I had the privilege of living in Chicago and being on the Archdiocesan Pastoral Council for Cardinal Bernardin, who took it very seriously. And I guess I was later surprised to find out, well, not anybody did. And I was always interested to see the traction within which pastoral councils at the parish level took root was, it really did depend at the lowest level what the pastor wanted, and I understand that. But that's an interesting development to me, and you're actually shedding some insight that is from a lot of attitudes from the top will influence these institutions.
Absolutely. I mean, just as you know, Cardinal Bernardin, in many of his initiatives, the Common Ground Initiative and so forth, was not supported by the other American cardinals.
Good morning. Thanks, John, for a wonderful romp as you sit through history. I'm wondering, it's not the topic for today, but if we're going to have the renewal of the role of the laity, hopefully, and so forth, does there have to be some companion rethinking of the theology of ministry, of priesthood, and so forth, as a companion in order to make it work well or something, because it seems to me we do have this clerical model, and I'm wondering, you know, your thoughts. Do we have to have a rethinking of some of the nature of the priesthood, the history of it, and ministry and so forth to flesh it out?
Yeah, so that rethinking has been going on, especially in the last 50 years. So there's an immense amount of literature on it, which I just dip into occasionally and so forth. I don't follow all that closely. But you must remember, so what does it mean to me to be a cleric? It means to be trained for your profession. And so that's how it developed, that you had this group set aside because they studied the scripture and so forth. They were there, had the respect of their communities, and therefore had this special role. So it is being rethought. So I'd say stay tuned.
Good morning, thank you. I'd like to go back to the issue of national synods, and I've read about what they're trying to do in Germany, but it seems there's been some pushback against that from the Vatican and I think from the Pope himself. So if you have any thoughts about that or can shed any light on it, I'd appreciate it.
I have to be honest, I don't. I know that this has been going on. I really haven't followed that. I just don't know. But obviously, first of all, controversy and disagreement is the human way. I mean, we all have our own opinions, and so what we need to do is to get those issues out on the table and address them serenely and objectively as we can. That's the ideal. So we talked there about the role of the secular authorities in appointment of bishops. Yes, there were big conflicts. So that's to be expected. Each case has to be sort of decided on its own merits. Did I weasel out of that pretty much?
John, quick question. My name is Dale Vivian. I see a lot of Gen X and Gen Zs who've been raised in the Catholic Church. When they go out from their families, don't attend the Catholic Church. They look around their neighborhood and find churches that really appeal to them. Is there anything that the Pope is doing to try to attract young people back to the church?
I don't know. I mean, that is a huge, huge problem, and especially in the USA. So I just had a letter from a person yesterday talking about her parish up in Minnesota, Minnesota. Very discouraging. I don't know what Francis is doing, except an example of his own ministry. I really feel that, so many things with Pope Francis say is these are his pastoral gestures. Like when he brought those Muslims back to live in the Vatican, said at the beginning of his pontificate, is that just a pastoral gesture? Is he not proclaiming to the world all the basic tenets of Christianity? I was a stranger and you took me in. Is that just pastoral? Seems to me that's very doctrinal. Maybe not in the creed, but it should be. What do we believe? We believe in the corporal works of mercy, right? So that's my brief sermon for today.
Around that, I'd like to make an observation that we have young men and women here today from our youth group. Later we have our young adults gathering, but you're the future, and we're glad you're here representing your generation, because you are the future of the church. So it's symbolic gesture, but it's also a statement. I'd also, any member of the parish council, like to respond to anything John's saying, because this is the kind of stuff we talk about, of how do we move the parish forward with lay decision making. So does anyone, Chris or Jim, or have to put you on the spot? You want to say anything? Chris is the chair of the parish council.
Easy question, okay?
Very much.